everyone, and welcome to this video where it is official. It has been announced as of Tuesday evening, or Tuesday afternoon actually. It was revealed that the worst kept secret in the world. Dovetail are releasing Train Sim World 4. Yeah. And how much is it going to cost? Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Train Sim World 4. With the pre-order discount and a loyalty discount, so I guess because I've got Train Sim World 3, the standard edition is going to cost me £30. The deluxe edition will cost me £39.74. Or the special edition is £67.49. And you're probably wondering, well, what's the difference? Well, I can tell you. First of all, we'll discount the special edition because special edition gives you a whole load of content that I already own. So I will not be spending the £67 package. So the question I ask you guys is, should I buy Train Sim World 4? The reason I'm asking you right now is because most people don't get very far into the video or they skip around, blah, blah, blah. So I'm asking you right now, you've got till the 20th of September to either say yes or no in the comments. And if I get over 30 responses and the yeses outnumber the no's 2-1, I will buy the deluxe edition. And the deluxe edition comes with 3 core routes, which we'll discuss in a minute, a whole bunch of core updates, which I think should literally be that, updates. They shouldn't be in a new game. And you get 2 extra trains in the training center, so the 9F and the 323 EMU. So you can use them in the training center even if you don't have them for other routes. I've never used training center, so you know, maybe that's some interest to some people, but not to me. Deluxe edition though, you get the 3 core routes, which we'll talk about in a second. You will also get Flying Scotsman in its preserved state, so as it is right now. You also get the Vectron, which is a Siemens locomotive in Europe, and you get Riesa Dresden route and 5 days of early access. So this releases on 26th of September this year, so that's 2023, but I can play it from the 21st if I buy the deluxe edition, which if you guys decide that I should buy it, I will buy it. Simple as that. I'll drop the 40 quid and say yes, on the 20th of September I will buy it if you guys tell me to. As simple as it works. Because if it was down to me purely, I probably wouldn't buy it. But I want to provide content for you guys. I want to give you guys what you want. So if you want to see me play Train Sim World 4, that's what will happen. Also, if you buy it through Steam, because obviously you can buy this through Steam or the Epic Store on PC. The Steam version, you get bonus wallpaper and the game soundtrack. Couldn't care less about the soundtrack. We're not going to be listening to it. So, yeah. So, moving on to the routes you get. Well, There is, let me get to it. So, first line is an Austrian route that goes into Germany. So it's the S-Bahn Vorarlberg from Lindau to Bludenz, and it's got some other branches off it. So it's a 70-kilometre route, so what's that, 44 miles, something like that, 48 miles, 28 stations in the mountains, goes across the border, comes with the OBB 4024 Talent EMU. I'll be honest, even if you guys tell me to buy the game, I'm not going to run that route. Sorry, but I've not done Europe up to now. Nothing's going to change that. The second route is the Antelope Valley line. Now, this was announced before from Train Guy. Absolutely spot on with this, and yeah, 75-mile route, 13 stations. You get the new Metrolink F125 locomotive and Roadhome cab car. Might be cool to run. However, I do already have some West Coast US commuter stuff that I've never used. So there is that. Now, the way Dovetail was describing it, it was a combination of Cajon Pass and whatever the San Francisco route is now. I can't even think what it's called, because I've only ever looked at it once. I think I did the passenger run on it at the start of the route when you open it up, and that's it. Now, UK. This one, lots of people giving this a lot of flack. I actually quite like the idea of this. It's the East Coast Main Line from Peterborough to Doncaster. Now, if they model it well, model it accurately, give us access to Decoy Yard at Doncaster, so on, so forth, and layer it with the freight stuff that we have available. Potentially really good. I like the idea of this. I mean, it's 80 miles from Peterborough to Doncaster. There is some potential for overlay. I mean, I think of the Midland route that comes up to Nottingham. I think, wow, if the ECML had, because it goes through Newark over the flat crossing, well, if they'd extended from Nottingham or built the line from Nottingham to Lincoln instead, perfect merge with the two routes there. Class 158 in the East Midland trains livery will run into Newark Northgate, which is the station on this route, but it could also be doing across the other direction of the flat crossing. Yeah, loads of other stuff. People have said, Dovetail has said, if you own the Class 700, you'll be able to see that as AI services at Peterborough. And again, well, from Peterborough, you could have had the line extend up to Lincoln the other way and then come back round to Newark. So there's more they could have done. And it's a shame they haven't, but I'll take it. Some people have said, well, it's only 5 stations. Yes, it is. That is true. And unfortunately, it doesn't increase with the Class 158. If you have that, because the only train you're getting with this is the Azuma. So, you'd need to have the 158 to layer in from the East Midland route. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of playing with that. I like the Azumas. I think they look cool and it'd be fun to ride. Flying Scotsman doesn't interest me. I think I've given my views on Flying Scotsman. I mean, you know, you kind of got to have some respect for it. And it is the world's most famous steam locomotive. And don't even try and argue with Big Boy or anything like that. No, Flying Scotsman is the most famous steam locomotive. It just is. But despite that, I think it's a colossal waste of money. I think the money that's been spent on all the refurbishment over the years could have possibly gone elsewhere, but it is what it is. I don't want to get bogged down too much with that. So, other things to talk about, just briefly, livery designer has got an update, scenario planner has an update, neither of which I've used. I do like the idea of scenario planners update, or one thing in particular is you can set the AI trains to use Portal, so you can, in theory, create a really jam-packed scenario. So if I end up with TSW4, when they roll it out, because AI using portals will only be available on the TSW4 route initially. We've got to wait for them to backdate. But when they backdate, Long Island Railroad, I'm going to make that so much more busy. And I'm going to create a whole bunch of scenarios for that. What else? The scoring's getting an overhaul to reward you using the safety systems, driving the train more accurately. Not doing heavy braking like you may see in the background. There's just some B-roll running. I'm not 100% sure what you're going to be seeing right now, to be honest. It's going to be something I've done. It's going to be edited. Might be a run on West Somerset, actually. Just something visual on the screen in the background. They're doing a free roam mode where you'll be able to just plonk a train down anywhere you like and go for a run. It's a novelty. It's cool that they're adding it. How much people will use it, I don't know. But let's get into the big thing. The thing I said they would never do. I didn't expect them to ever do it. They are releasing the beta version of the editor for PC only. And console players, I'm sorry, but you should be used to this by now. With so many other games, editors and stuff like that, just the complexities of getting them working on consoles and everything is just, yeah, it's a headache, and there's a reason why these sort of things generally tend to be on PC versions only, like modding games as well. There's a reason for it. I mean, you can go do your own research if you really want to know all the answers on that. But yeah, PC editor is coming. So it is using their version of the Unreal editor. So yeah, you'll be able to make your own routes, your own trains. They were pushing it as you'll be able to create your own scenarios and whatnot. Like, well, okay, we can already create scenarios. Whether they meant scenarios for your new routes, well, I should damn well hope so, but there you go. And you'll be able to create timetables again for your own route, possibly even for existing routes. So that'd be cool. Make our own version of Long Island Railroad timetable. That'd take a lot of research though, because that is a 20-year-old version of Long Island Railroad. Blah blah blah. So yeah. So what is going to come with the editor? Well, it's going to be bare bones. So you're not going to have a whole bunch of assets. It's not going to be like Train Simulator Classic editor where they give you all these things, or Trains with a Z, where you can just go grab a whole bunch of assets, throw them down. No, this is, you want to build something, you have to go and create the asset as well. Bring it in to Unreal Editor, plonk it in game. So yeah, this is going to be the hardcore. And it probably should be that way, because if you want accurate routes, then that's how it's going to have to be. And essentially, it gets around the problems that they've had with the editor not being able to access baked in content. So if they strip away that, they don't have to worry about that, they can release it. Why it took them so many years to figure that out, I don't know, but there you go. So yeah, as long as you can create things from scratch and are willing to learn how to import them into Unreal, you can create your own routes. And it does potentially mean we're going to get a whole bunch of routes that otherwise won't get made. And one thing they did say on the stream, and I was like, yeah, this makes more sense, this is why you're doing it, is they've said it's a way of potentially expanding their partner program. So the likes of Rivet Games, Just Trains, which is releasing the route soon, Skyhook, so that they're part of the existing partner program. So the idea is, if you can make a good enough route in the editor, you may get picked up by Dovetail as an official partner on their partner program. And cynical hat on right now. Yeah, so you want people to expand your game at no cost to you. You don't have to put any effort in to training people how to build the routes, and if they're good enough, you will then come in, hire them into the partner program, and make more money off people. But that's just my cynical hat on, because I can be very cynical, as you probably know, when it comes to Dovetail. So yeah, that's a big thing. Editor is coming, and in the next 4 to 6 months, a new version of the editor, so expanded version, will come out. We don't know what that will look like. And then later on in the roadmap, there's more. There's also more routes on the roadmap. Surprise, surprise. I just mentioned Just Trains having a route coming out, which is based around Preston. So it's Ormskirk to Blackpool, north and south, centred around Preston. But that's coming separately, so that'll be a separate purchase to TrainswithNick. Not sure if I want that route or not. Is there anything else I can tell you about it? I'm not sure, really. They're doing, as I mentioned earlier, they're doing a whole load of core improvements. So improving the suspension, haptic, so if you've got a PS4, PS5, they didn't mention Xbox controllers, I don't think. But anyway, you'll be able to get vibrations through your controllers for certain things, and PlayStation has a light bar, apparently. I haven't looked at it. But that can give you your next signal aspect, color on it, and all loads of cool things. They've improved the volumetric fog, rain pixelating on the windscreen. They've improved that so it's higher definition. In their own words, it doesn't look like Minecraft splatters on your windscreen. They're improving the overhead line, the visuals on that, so it should be better to see it further into the distance, and the wires will be a bit thicker so they're easier to see close up as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. A whole bunch of other people have talked about it. Feel free to go see what they say. Probably check in with Dovetail live streams, get an idea. I'd say if you can answer in the comments, I'd very much appreciate it. Yes or no. You don't have to tell me why if you don't want to. Just, yeah. I want to know if you guys want to see me play it or not. Not going to cost you anything. It'll only cost me. Anyway, with that said, guys, I think that's time to wrap this video up. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Hopefully you like my thoughts on everything. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.